Hello, welcome to this session that has been designed to try to strengthen the core a little bit. If recently you've had a bit more time to bake or eat, then perhaps you're a little bit like me, hoping to hold it in a little bit better. You will need blocks and bricks, maybe also a blanket, and perhaps even a belt, so that's an array of things. I will start lying on our backs. And to start with, the feet flat, knees up, slowly rolling down onto your back. We'll make sure to take a few breaths here to notice our body, to notice our breath, and perhaps also your mood tonight or today, whenever you are practicing this class. Notice if there is any area in your body that needs a little bit more attention. So that you know to only go as far as you feel is comfortable. And as you lie here, I'd like you to think about your core. I like to think of it as if it were a box of cereals, where the top would be under where the chest is and where the ribs are starting to separate, where your diaphragm is, and then the bottom of the box is where, just above the pubic bone there, where you can feel literally the bone. And then you have the sides of the box that are the sides of the abdominals, the front of the box and the back of the box, which is your back. So this is all of your core strength here that we're going to work. You cannot work your back without working your front, and not work the front without working the back. So to start with, we'll take 3 breaths where we inhale in through the nose, and as we exhale, we'll exhale out through the mouth, and then try to take the navel in towards the spine a little bit, as if you were trying to squeeze yourself in towards the center of the mat. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Stick the back of the body towards the floor. Inhale again. One last time. And then allow the breath to trickle back in to your body, lifting your body a little bit further away from the floor as you fill yourself up. Then let's take the right knee in towards the chest and the left knee in towards the chest. We're going to hug those knees in tight, perhaps rock from side to side. Then allow the hands to come to the top of the knees and allow the feet to dangle here. So as we inhale, we're going to allow the knees to come forward. And as we exhale, we're going to bring those knees in and help the air come out by hugging the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, move the knees away with the help of the fingers. Exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Do this a couple more times and notice what happens into the back of the body as you do so. Notice if anywhere in your back, particularly the lower back, lifts off as you take those knees forward, and releases as you take your knees in towards the chest. We are not, of course, all built the same way in terms of the proportions and the sway in the back, etc. So you may not feel this too intensely, or you may just do so. Release the toes to the floor, release the heels to the floor. And then here, we're going to interlace the fingers, press the palms towards the ceiling, so we're straightening the arms. And then take the arms over the head in the direction of the floor. If that's too strong, you can separate the arms out to the side. So from this, you're pushing those hands away. And see whether you can, pressing the feet, inhale, lengthen the tailbone. So you're getting that belly in towards the spine. It's as if you're concaving here, and so it lifts the pubic bone. And then as you exhale, you're going to imagine that well, not imagine, but feel as you plant the sitting bones down that you've got quite a gap in your back. So let's do this a couple more times. So you inhale, press the feet, lengthen. You might feel that the hands can go a little further back behind you. And then as you exhale, you plant the hips, back of the hips down, and then you feel that maybe the ears come a little closer towards the shoulders as you have that gap into the lower back. Once more, go with your breath. And then we're going to take the arms up and release the arms out to the side. Move the fingers, then interlace the fingers again, take them behind the head, elbows up towards the ceiling. Press those feet down, tuck the chin, inhale, and then as you exhale, it is the hands that lift the back of the head, so the elbows are pointing towards the thighs. Inhale down, exhale, the hands lift the head. Inhale down, exhale, lift. Good, then release the head completely down, release the hands away. Here you might find helpful to have a brick, which we can call a little bit of a core connector here. So as you squeeze the brick, that will help you keep the feet down, because here, as we take that, interlace the fingers and place that hand behind the head. This time we allow the elbows to be splayed out to the sides, or we try to keep the lower back down towards the floor as we press. We inhale. As we exhale, you're going to roll over onto the right shoulder, so the left elbows goes towards the right side, but you still keep the right upper shoulder down. Inhale back through towards the center. Exhale, roll over onto the left shoulder, right elbow towards the thigh. Now, I'm not lifting up with the whole body, I'm twisting in the sides here. So twice more. If you do this slowly enough, hopefully you'll feel it. Keep your feet pressed, keep your thighs pressing against one another in the brick. Back through towards the center. Hoo hoo hoo. Tell me where you're feeling this. You can shout it at the video. That'll be fine. Good. To be honest with you, I could stop here, but no. 1/3 time. So inhale, exhale to the side. Inhale back through towards the center and over. Woohoo! Going to let go of the hands, let go of the brick, lengthen the legs. Take a big breath in the belly, and then let it go. Good. So from here, you may or may not want your brick again between your thighs, hands behind the head. So last time we stretched the neck when we lifted the hand, but this time we're going to tuck the chin. Then as we exhale, the head is lifted by the hands, and then maybe we'll use a little bit of our core to lift the shoulders as well. Inhale, come all the way down. Exhale, back up again. Inhale all the way down. Exhale. See whether you can lift a little bit more. Inhale all the way down. Exhale, release the arms out to the side. Take the brick out to the side. Extend those legs once more. So you might hopefully be feeling a little bit of warmth, or certainly some type of engagement into your core all around here. Take the right knee in towards the chest, the left knee in towards the chest. Hug the knees. Press the feet down to the floor. I'm going to scoop a little bit forward to give myself some space to take the arms over the head. And again, I'm going to use my brick between my thighs here. Some dynamic bridges here. So tuck the chin so that the a space between the floor and the neck. Press the feet down. Inhale, lengthen the tailbone. Exhale, lift the arms up overhead. Inhale, stay. Exhale, release. So we're taking 2 breaths to take the movement. We'll do this twice more. Inhale, lengthen the tailbone. Exhale, lift the body as well as the arms overhead. Inhale, stay. Exhale, release. And again. Lift. Inhale, stay. Exhale, release. Take the brick away. Take the knees in towards the chest. Tuck the chin. You can take the hands behind the thighs and start to rock and roll a little bit. And as you rock and roll here, do this a few times. Spinal rolls are excellent for the back, but also you have to engage your core to then balance yourself back and forth, and then you're going to hold it. If you can lift the legs so that the shins are parallel to the floor. Have the arms out to the side. If you can, you're going to cross your legs here and hold the outside of the feet and stretch your chest up. Then take the front leg up and stretch into your hamstrings a little bit that way. You can even twist. Then bring the gaze back through towards the center. We're going to roll back down. Obviously you're doing this smoothly, but I'm moving back and forth and to the side of the mat. I have to use my hands, but you can carry on rolling here. Come back up. Good. This time it is the other leg that comes forward, so you can hold on to the outside of the feet, or perhaps just even the shins, keeping yourself up. Haha, did I forget our half boat posture? I did. So let's go to it on this side. Lift the chest. You can even lift the legs a little higher up, that's stronger. And then make sure that your other leg is at the front again when you cross the legs, to then take that leg up so your feet aren't in touch with the floor, your sitting bones are, and you have to use your core to balance. And then you're going to twist. Bring the gaze back through towards the center, release the legs to the floor. If you need a block or a brick, then please have one. And then you're going to bring yourself forward and down, maybe hands to the floor, forearms to the floor, whatever feels comfortable. Take a breather here. Legs could be straddling out as well. Slowly and curl yourselves back up. Good, let's come to our tabletop. And here, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. You're actually going to walk the knees and toes, combination of those words there, together. Extend the right leg back, lift it up, and then push the right heel back. You can bend the knee, and then pulse a little bit here. And then release. Over to the other side. If you feel more comfortable to be onto your fists, then you can do so too. You extend the left leg, lift it up to hip height, push it back a little bit, bend the knee, and then do the pulsing. Come back through towards the center. Again, this time, however, you're going to take the right leg back, extend it, take the left arm forward, extend it. Inhale. As you exhale, you round, nose to knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, nose to knee. Variation would just be to stay with the leg and arm extended, or simply into your tabletop, or simply one limb at a time. 3 times is enough. So you could lift now the left leg and take the right arm forward and stay there for about 6 breaths. Or now as you exhale, round. Inhale again. And remember, you have the option of just taking one limb instead of both of them. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release. Knees separate, sit back into your heels, hands behind you, cheek to the side. Then come back to your knees being together, and then you're going to here come onto your tabletop with the knees together, but have the hands fairly wide, eyes of the elbows pointing towards one another. So right now, neutral spine. As you exhale, you're going to try to round just the shoulder blades, so the shoulder blades separate from one another. The lower back doesn't move so much, and then you're going to dip the chest in, so the shoulder blades now, it's as if they're trying to go over the spine. Twice more. Once more. Good. Sit back onto your heels. Give your wrists a little bit of a rest here. So here, after you've stretched your hands a little bit or released a little bit of the pressure, you're going to come forward and take the hands a little further forward than the shoulders. Tuck the toes and make your way into a down dog. Keep the knees bent so that you can press onto the pads of the fingers And then you can straighten the back. Allow the head to be dangling here. So you're looking towards your knees or your thighs or your belly button. Then press the thighs back towards the thigh bone and the thigh bone towards the hamstrings, and see whether you want to release the heels down or towards the floor in the direction of the floor. They may not go all the way down, it doesn't matter. Then from this you're going to come up onto the toes, forward into a plank. So the shoulders and the wrists are aligned. I'm going to release the legs a little bit back, then knees to floor. Take the knees together, cross. So you're going to cross one shin on top of the other calf. Then you're going to bring yourself forward. Turn the elbows facing towards the front of the mat, so that here, when you come down, your elbows are glued to the side of the body and you bring your nose down. And then you bring yourself back up. You can do this on your fists as well, so let's do this second time. And then a third time. Good, come back, release, hands behind you, child's pose. And then come back up onto, again, the hands and knees. Tuck the toes back into your down dog. And in this down dog here, you have space between your feet to about outer hip width. So you're going to turn the heels over towards the right, thus stretching the left side of the body. Inhale back through towards the center, exhale, heels to the left side, so you stretch the right side of the body. Back up towards the center, to the right. Inhale to the center, to the left. Once more. Come back through towards the center. This time you can take a rest or come up onto the toes, forward into a full plank or a half a plank, so you can release the knees to the floor. From there, see whether you can do this, what we did where we pushed the shoulder blades away from one another and then we dropped. Push and drop. Just the shoulder blades, you understand? You keep the height in the hips. You can keep the knees to the floor as well. And then knees to floor for all. Release the hands behind you. Cheek to one side. Take a rest. You can have the hands under the face if you want to. For the next one, let's try this onto our forearms. So we'll come onto the forearms, so the elbows go down. The shoulders are on top of the elbows, and then we're going to take the left leg back and the right leg back, and then bring ourselves into that plank here, or half a plank if you like, or dolphin plank. Pressing the forearms down to the floor, see whether you can round into your back, or rather round, the shoulder blades away. And then this is a proof of how difficult I'm finding it and how much I need to concentrate as I'm muddling my words. As we take the shoulder blades out, and then we're dropping them, and again. And you have to use your core to keep you going. Let's release the knees to the floor. Let's come onto our front. Let's have the hands out to the side. You can take your gaze to the other side. I'm going to wibble wobble the buttocks. There you go, that's your technical term there, for those of you that have missed it. Tuck the toes, bring the big toe and heel together if you can. We're going to have our hands to the side of the body here, and the heels of the hands in line with the lower ribs. So if you're not too sure, have a gentle poke. Have the hands out to the side. The elbows are stuck again to the side of the body. Press the top of the feet down, press the pubic bone down. Then you're going to lift. We want to stretch the belly here. So we can press the heels of the hands down. Lift. Bring ourselves a little bit more forward if we want to. Take another breath. You should be able to wiggle, wobble your hips about. And then back into a down dog. So you step back, it'll be a little bit shorter here. Then you can lift the right leg up towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale you're going to take the right leg over towards the left elbow or forearm. Inhale back up. We'll do this once more. And then we'll do this one last time. You can try to reach towards the upper arm, having to move the swivel onto the left foot as well, and release. Take a break so that I can show you as well. If you didn't want to do this from the down dog, you can do this from your hands and knees, and you could come up onto your fists to take a little bit of height. And then here, we would lift the leg and then take the knee towards the forearm. You wouldn't be able to go in increments up the arm, you would have to just do this 3 times. So decide where you want to go. Left leg, then releases. Come forward onto your plank. Then you're going to release the right forearm and the left forearm. Then bring yourself back up on the right arm and the left arm. Left arm release, right arm releases. Left arm lifts, right arm lifts. Back into a down dog. You can walk, you can step, or you can jump towards the front. Coming into Uttanasana, you're standing forward bend. Hold onto the elbows. Not comfortable for you to fall forward this way, then you come back to your half a tabletop here. Otherwise, let yourself hang. You're hanging down. And having taken so much attention towards the core and towards trying to engage there, let's see how we can balance in this one. So from here, both hands to the floor. Let's take the left leg back, toes are pointing to the floor, then the righty ever so slightly lift the left leg. Keep the hips facing down, toes down. And then you can lift, you can keep the hands there, or you can take the hands towards the chest into a prayer posture, into that variation of your warrior 3. You can even take the hands behind you, or the hands in front of you. See whether you can hold for one more breath, and another breath. And release the hands down, take the left leg down. Have a little breather here. Nothing prevents you from taking a different posture here as well. Let's take this onto the other leg. So this time it is the right leg that lifts, so with the left knee that bends a little bit. Push the right leg back, keep those hips parallel. You can keep the fingertips to the floor, you can bring them into your prayer posture, into thumbs in towards the heart or the chest. You can stay here for a few more breaths, crown of the head forward, leg back. Take the variation that suits you. How much work are you having to do? One more breath. Last breath. Release the hands to the floor, the back leg to the front. Take the feet wide to that mat width. Bend the knees, sit back. You may need to lift the heels, whatever feels comfortable. So you're pressing the upper arms onto the inner thighs. And then we'll release the hands and release down into our seats. Lift the legs one last time. See whether you can stretch the legs up, keeping that chest up towards the ceiling lifted. Cross the legs, fold forward. Slowly and curling yourselves back up. We're going to come down to our relaxation. You coming with me, lovely? Yeah. Slowly and curl yourself back down. You can lengthen the legs one at a time. Find the palms curling up towards the ceiling. And taking just a few breaths here. Noticing what it feels like to be in your body now. After the warmth and the concentration, can you let go of the breath, maybe of residual tensions in your body? Let the heaviness of your body take over. Have a gentle smile on your face. There may be distractions around you, but you are within you. At one with yourself. Not just with yourself. At peace. With the universe. ready to roll your toes, your fingertips. Take any movement that allows you to, in your own time, eventually roll over onto one side. Open your eyes. Press your top hand down. Bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated posture. Keep your eyes closed again. To feel the length of your spine. To notice your core. That strong core, allowing you to be softer, to be more flexible in body and in mind. Open your eyes, inhale. Exhale, release the thumbs to the forehead for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.